Good morning, girls. Welcome to your English class. Today is the last session of chapter 2, 2 dear. We are going to go in depth with 6 markers. There are about 6 questions, and question number 1. Describe the various ways in which Prince of Monaco tried to get the criminal executed, or attempts made by the minister in solving the problem of cutting criminal's head. As I told in the last class, I have highlighted certain important points. If you want, when you write your exam, if you are so sure with the point, you can underline the key points. So let us go in deep with the answer. After receiving the judgment given by the court, the Prince of Monaco read out that the criminal must be executed. But there was a problem in executing. The King of Monaco have neither guillotine nor an executioner. The minister discussed, and finally they asked the help of French government. The French government was ready to lend the machine and the expert, but they told that it will be costing 16,000 francs. Then King thought that it would be too burdensome for the people to bear 16,000 francs. Then they asked their neighboring country, the King of Italy, the brother monarch. They offered 12,000 francs, including the travel expenses. The king felt that the price was too much for the toy kingdom like theirs. Therefore, the council met and discussed, and finally they suggested a method, that is, to call the general of the army and ask him to do the execution in a homely fashion. When the general discussed the issue with the soldiers was not ready to do so. They gave the excuse that they have not taught how to behead a criminal. Next question. Explain how and why the council got rid of the prisoner. Or, in spite of the efforts, the king and his team failed in punishing the criminals. Soon after, the king ordered the imprisonment of life. The ministers with great difficulty managed to find a palace to keep the criminal imprisoned. They placed a guard to watch over him. If this criminal is going to spend 1 year in the prison, it may cost around 600 francs every year. When the king thought over it, he thought that it is too expensive. Then king became apprehensive about the cost of keeping the criminal in prison for a life. Apprehensive means anxious, because this fellow was too young. He summoned means he called his ministers to find a cheaper way of punishing. Then minister met and discussed. Then they thought of dismissing the guard. They believed that criminal would run away and their problem would be solved. The king agreed and the guard was dismissed. They waited curiously to see what the criminal would do. But for their surprise, 3 times he came out from the prison and fetched food from the palace kitchen and locked himself. Then later, the king inquired why he never made an attempt to run away from the prison. The prisoner said that he had lost his character, or in other words, king ruined his character by imprisoning him. Moreover, he had forgotten the habit of working, and if he ran away, he would be forced to work and earn his living. The ministers met once again and discussed seriously. Finally, king, in order to get rid of this criminal, he offered 600 francs. Now, students, please note, while you write 6 markers, your answer must be either 4 paragraphs. So, you have to write an introduction that you can refer the reference, the previous PDF what I have sent above the 4 markers. So, the King of Monaco is a man. Third question, the King of Monaco is a man without a decisive stand. What do you mean by decisive? Means settling an issue. Do you agree? Here, no. According to me, no. It can vary according to your opinion. No, I don't agree with the statement. He is not decisive, settling the issue, because there is enough evidence to prove that he had to act according to the needs of situation. Here you can see that King of Monaco kept changing his mind, because every time he took a decision, he faced a problem to execute. So initially he accepted the verdict of capital punishment, but he cancelled to imprisonment, or changed to imprisonment of life, because of he never had a guillotine nor an executioner, and when he wanted to hire it, it was too expensive. So he changed his plan. After keeping the criminal in prison, he realized that additional expenditure of 600 francs every year, and he felt that it will be a financial burden to his people. Remember, it's a toy kingdom, and the inhabitants only were 7,000. So in order to run the government, he has to levy tax on the people. So if he have to raise 600 francs, he have to impose extra 2 francs on each citizen. So it will be a burdensome for the people. So their council advised to dismiss the guard. The king faced again a new problem, that he was not ready to run away in the absence of guard. Then council of members suggested that they can pay 600 francs a year as a pension. Thus, they can get rid of this criminal. Question number 4. Two deer ridicules, means make fun of the foolishness of ruler. Discuss. The story Two Deer exposes the predicament. Predicament means difficult situation or embarrassing situation of a ruler who is forced to revise means change the judgment, not out of mercy but out of financial problem. The narrator seems to ridicule, means make fun of the foolishness of ruler who makes rules unmindful of the real situation. The story is thus a parody of one of the modern system of governments. It ridicules, means make fun, the ways of bringing criminals to book and dispensing justice in modern states. Though the story is narrated in a matter-of-fact tone, there is an undercurrent of sarcasm. Sarcasm means making fun. Monaco is a tiny kingdom of 70,000 people. It has a real kinglet and a palace, courtiers, bishops and general. King imposed taxes in order to run the government. Even he permitted the gaming house where people play roulette, because when people play roulette, a profit from the gaming house is given to the king. This is the situation in which the king is placed. From this, one can infer means understand, based on the size of the population and the army, the king can only be a toy kingdom or dummy. In reality, cannot control the behavior of people except through mutual understanding and ethical principles. The system is only a make-believe system, and it boomerang or collapse at any point of time. As long as the life goes smoothly, there is no need for the king to prove to the people that he is the ruler and they must obey. But suddenly a criminal committed a murder. There lies the problem. The king behaves like a king of a big kingdom, and he made a verdict which cannot be implemented or practiced. Instead of punishing the criminal, he gave him a pension. The ironical situation is created because of the foolishness of the king. King ought to have arrived in a final decision about the criminal only after examining the ground reality. So the mistake made by the king is he made a rash decision, just like a big king, without knowing his limitation. Fifth question. You can't earn stone palaces by honest labor. In what context is this statement made? So here, for the above answers 1 to 4, you can use this as the introduction about Tolstoy, his works, and Monaco is a tiny kingdom of 7,000 inhabitants. It lies in the border of Mediterranean Sea. Even though it is a small kingdom, it runs like a normal kingdom. He levies tax, thus he managed to run the government. Therefore, the Prince of Monaco has no other option than resorting the gaming house for the extra revenue, because he led a life just like other kingdom. So he need more revenue. So he sort of extra revenue, that is from the gaming house. Even though he knew that it is a dirty business, what he did, he encouraged the kingdom. So if you want to go beyond your means, to lead a luxurious life beyond your means, you have to find money and illegal money. So here you can see that King of Monaco resorting to the dirty business of gaming house in order to have a luxurious life. Sixth question. Were there other ways of dealing with the crime and the criminal? So same introduction you can use as I told you. Life imprisonment, however, present its own set of problems. There need to be a guard. Initially, it was lifelong sentence, but they changed because of they never had a guillotine or a executioner. When they changed into life imprisonment, they arose other problem. They never had a guard or a strong prison. When they appointed a guard, it was costing 600 francs. Then they decided to dismiss the guard. But what happened? Life imprisonment, however, presented its own set of problems. Again, the guard issues, and when they calculated, it was 600 francs they have to pay. Initially, they every year increase of expenditure of 600 francs, and the fellow is too young. So they thought of dismissing the guard. All is well in Kingdom of Monaco until a man commits a murder. The king had never had to deal with a murderer before. After the judicial process, the convict, that is the prisoner, had been sentenced to death. But there was a hitch. Hitch means a problem. That is neither a guillotine nor an executioner. So they had to rely on the neighboring countries. That also didn't work out because of the cost. Then it was decided that to appoint a guard. They changed because of the extra expenditure of 600 francs. Even after losing the prisoner, treated in an innovative fashion where he was pensioned. So here the key essence of the questions. If you would have been in his place, you would have suggested some other alternative. Instead of giving an regular income to a person who committed murder and sets him free, they would have suggested an other method where other people who commits the crime like this, they must be a lesson for the others that nobody mustn't do. Here the criminal is being treated in such a way that he is set free and given pension too. So the kingdom or the king is setting a wrong example or wrong model for the future. But unfortunately, in other parts of the world, criminals were treated very badly. Once a criminal, then he is convicted for life. Real problem of each and every country is that they strive their level best to get rid of such social evils. Criminals are also human beings, but they are always ill-treated and executed in a barbaric manner, just like guillotine machine, cutting off your head or electrocuted. Electrocution means passing the electricity and killing them. The way the criminals are killed is nothing short of barbaric. Barbaric means heinous act, cruel act. Criminals are also humans and they should be treated with basic human right. It is every government's legal responsibility to provide such offenders a second chance to improve. Here in the case, even though it was not a right way to judge, but the criminal has given the freedom that made him to lead a good lifestyle. Though the trial and imprisonment of the criminal is depicted in a comic mode in the story, it does not give rise to serious question. So let us see what are the questions. If the criminal is left free, what are the questions? What are the things are going to happen? Tolstoy, the same introduction you can write. Again, talking about the same thing, guillotine. I am not explaining in detail, just giving out the key points. Talking about guillotine, executioner, France, 60,000 francs. Italian government, 12,000 francs. They are changing the decision and appointing a guard, but it costing 600 francs. So decided to dismiss the king. But the prisoner, however, does not try to escape. But it was inquired, the criminal responds that he has nowhere to go because he have ruined the character. And finally, king was forced to pay 600 francs. Here you can see that Tolstoy was a person who wished for the well-being of mankind. He presents his story in most humorous way and concludes that king, who was less concerned with his responsibility, was earning profit from evil sources, also tried to save the expenses, but it turns to be too expensive for the kinglet. So the title too dear is apt and funny side. If the criminal was found guilty, then he must be convicted. But this particular crime was treated in an innovative fashion where he was pensioned regularly by income by the government itself. It only sets him free but also pensions him. But unfortunately, in other parts of the world, criminals were treated badly. Once a criminal, then he is convicted for life. Convicted means in prison for life long. The way of criminals are killing is nothing short barbaric. Criminals are also humans. So it is every government's legal responsibility to provide such offender a second chance. Here Tolstoy is telling that it is better to give a second chance for the criminal. When here in the story, when the criminal was given a second chance, he proved to be a total change in nature. The real problem of each and every country is that they have to strive their level best to get rid of social evils. People kill someone by hanging them without a legal trial or electrocution, killing the person by passing electricity through their body. So according to Leo Tolstoy, giving a second chance for the criminal, it changed the lifestyle. But that is not the way to the king to proceed the situation. He would have handled it better. So here he represents the story in a comic or in a paradoxical, in a parody. Thank you girls. I hope the video was clear. If you have any doubts, please ask in the interactive section. Next class we'll be dealing with your workbook streams, and we are going to learn about job application. So stay safe and stay blessed.